I literally sound like I was born in LA, like everyone tells me so. But truth is, I've never even been there. Curious about my secret formula? I'm spilling it all today. Now, imagine binge watching Friends or The Office, not just for laughs, but as part of your accent training. It turns out this isn't crazy. Your brain is actually wired to learn by imitation. Researchers explain that accent learning is just another motor skill. You must retrain your tongue, lips, and jaw until the old habit fades. In fact, accent change is so much like learning an instrument. That new neural pathways form when you practice the right movements. No wonder even many Hollywood actors sweat through accent coaching drills. The good news is that your adult brain can still rewire itself. With enough practice and exposure, adults routinely master a new language and accent. Now, forget the old critical period myth that says only kids can nail an accent. Modern research shows age matters far less than immersion and effort. Thanks to incredible neuroplasticity, adults can learn a second language and accent nearly as fast as children if they spend enough hours immersed. One landmark study even found thousands of late learners who started English after age 20 achieved test scores on par with many native speakers. The secret? Consistent exposure and practice. MIT researchers conclude that what looks like a critical period actually lines up with social changes like college and work that simply cut into study time. In other words, adults aren't neurologically doomed. They just need the right opportunity and mindset. Here's a fun one. Your brain has mirror neurons for speech. These brain cells fire both when you speak a sound and when you see someone else speak it. In practice, that means binge watching TV shows can be accent practice. So the next time Joey Tribbiani winks or Michael Scott deadpans, your brain is secretly rehearsing those lip shapes. Studies show that even looking at photos of mouth positions, like rounding your lips to say "oh," activates speech areas in Broca's region. In short, obsessively replaying that hilarious sitcom scene is partially virtual practice. For example, one review notes that simply listening to varied accents and imitating them can help retrain your ear and tongue. Yes, that means singing along to a TV theme song counts. People often find it easier to mimic singers than speakers. Media immersion works. The MIT study found learners who lived in an English-speaking country were significantly more fluent than those in classrooms. In plain terms, if you can, surround yourself with English. Watch shows without subtitles, repeat movie lines, or even pretend you're dubbing a scene. Immersion has an enormous effect on fluency. Now, here's a surprising fact. Studies on listeners show that accented speech actually slows down comprehension. So the payoff for your hard work? Conversations flow smoother and faster once your accent lightens. So everyone wins. Shadowing and mimicry, the brain's gym for speech. Shadowing is a technique where you repeat speech aloud in real time as you hear it. Imagine it like a language gym. So you listen to a sentence and immediately parrot it back, catching every nuance of tone and rhythm. Neuroscientists find shadowing activates your phonological loop, which is the brain's short-term sound memory, and even builds it up. In fact, one study gave college students 4 weeks of intensive shadowing practice and saw measurable brain changes. Regions involved in working memory, like the cerebellum, actually showed restructured gray matter. Shadowing didn't just improve scores on memory tests, it physically rewired their speech network. Interpreters swear by shadowing. Studies show trainees who shadow continuously boost their listening skills and working memory. Essentially, your brain learns to juggle listening and speaking simultaneously. And now, here's how to do it. Pick a short video clip or podcast, play it at normal speed, and speak along in sync. Don't worry about understanding every word at first. Just mimic sounds. With practice, you'll internalize native intonation patterns almost without thinking. Quick tip: shadowing is hard. You'll flub lines and maybe sound robotic at first. That's normal. Over time, the goal is to make the new accent automatic, like a guitarist learning a riff until muscle memory kicks in. Action training and phonetics, tools of the trade. Sitting in front of a TV helps, I'm not gonna lie, but dedicated training can turbocharge your accent shift. Speech coaches and researchers agree. Explicit practice of troublesome sounds and mouth positions works wonders. Unlike simple audio drills, adults benefit from visual and tactile feedback. First up, articulator exercises. Focus on where your tongue, lips, and jaw go. For example, try the difference between the English th, as in think, and s. A coach might actually show you a diagram or a video of the tongue touching teeth. Studies stress that adult pronunciation learning is a physical skill. No surprise we learn to pronounce new sounds the way we learn guitar chords, step by step. Then, visual feedback. Use mirrors or videos. Research cited by accent experts shows that how-to manuals or audio alone don't cut it. You need to see what you're doing. Some apps even show an animated mouth like a tongue avatar, so you can compare your shape to a native's. As one paper quips, it's a bit like lip reading in reverse. Your eyes help tune your ears. Then, drills in practice. Aim for consistency over volume. Surprisingly, you don't need hours daily. Focused practice is enough. One accent coach reports that just 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week for a month per sound can lock in a new pronunciation. Tiny time, big gains. If you want to know how to build that habit and to sustain it, please listen to my previous episode on Thrive with Tima. This will come in handy, I promise you. Now, what you need to take care of in a bullet list style is minimal pairs like seat and sit, bat and butt. Repeat them to feel the contrast. Record and compare. Record yourself, then play it back next to a native speaker like a TV line or a friend. Notice mismatches and adjust. Chunk mimicry. Instead of single words, shadow whole phrases to grab natural stress and intonation patterns. Speed work. Slowly exaggerate tricky sounds, then gradually speed up until you're at real-time pace. Remember, fluent accent is muscle memory. Just like building strength in a sport, it requires repetition. Over time, the new tongue motions become automatic, freeing you to focus on meaning instead of pronunciation. Cognitive strategies, thinking and feeling like a native. Beyond muscles and neurons, mindset and memory tricks help too. Here are some smart moves. First, mental rehearsal. Even imagining speaking in English can help. The brain's speech area activates during silent rehearsal. Kind of like rehearsing lines in your head before a performance. Chunking. Treat English in bite-sized chunks, like common phrases or collocations, rather than isolated words. Learning a whole phrase at once helps you internalize its rhythm. Language mindset. Surround yourself mentally with the language. Try to think in English when possible. Label objects in your mind with English words. This reduces the translation lag that can reinforce an accent. Feedback loops. Seek gentle correction from friends or coaches. Every time someone notices your progress or gently corrects you, your brain updates its pronunciation map. Above all, stay curious and patient. Celebrate small victories. Maybe a waiter last night understood every word on the first try, or a colleague complimented how native you sound now. Those moments are emotional fuel. learning an accent isn't just technical, it's personal. You're blending your own identity with a new cultural sound. Next up, the brain at work. Science recap in fun mode. Mirror, mirror. Watching others talk literally helps you learn. Mirror neurons fire on lip movements. So yes, your TV binge is a sneaky brain workout. Plastic fantastic. Adult brains can get that plasticity back. Intensive practice, like therapy or a serious love of sitcoms, can reopen learning circuits. Memory boost. Speaking along with input, which is shadowing, not only improves accent, but has been shown to improve working memory and change brain structure. Speed talkers. Clearer, less accented speech speeds up conversations. Listeners process it faster. That means less moments for your friends and more flow in your chats. Neurologists have even witnessed people losing an accent due to brain injury, the rare foreign accent syndrome cases, showing that accent lives in very specific brain circuits. The flip side? With effort, those circuits can be reprogrammed. Changing your accent is a journey, not a switch. But like any epic tale, it has its hero's moments. The first time your phone autocorrect stops fixing color to color, or when a child asks, "Mom, are you from here?" as if you always were. In practice, mix these approaches. Immerse by watching and listening. Mimic with shadowing and drills. And study consciously the sounds that trip you up, with visual feedback if possible. Keep a playful attitude. Impromptu imitating of movie lines can be just as valuable as a formal lesson. Finally, remember, everyone has an accent. It's part of who we are. The goal isn't to erase you, but to add a new tool to your speech toolbox. As one speech pathologist notes, accents are tied to identity, but clear communication is key. With time and the right practice, that Ontario engineer or cell banker in you can sound as smooth as they feel inside. Enjoy the process, laugh at your flubs, and release each native sound breakthroughs. Happy accent adventuring. If you like this episode, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to hear weekly insights on various topics, please subscribe to my channel. I upload weekly podcasts for self-improvement and life upgrades, so stay tuned. Love you, mean it, team up.